Hey art friends, today we are going to draw Stitch.
Here's a quick preview, but we're not going to show the inside to our art friends yet. They have to wait till the very end. But we're drawing him inside of a bucket of popcorn. So when the paper is folded up like this, all you can see is the popcorn. But when you open it, Stitch is inside. But you're going to have to wait to see Stitch at the very end. We're using our markers to draw and color with, but you can use whatever you have. All right, you ready to start?
Yes.
We're going to start by folding our paper. We're going to take the top edge and line it up with the bottom edge and crease it down the middle and out to the corners. Yeah, and then we're going to take that top flap and we're going to line it up with the top edge and then crease it down. Then we can flip over our paper and repeat. We're going to take the top flap, line it up with the top edge and crease it down. If we went too fast, you can always pause the video for more time. This is just a guide fold, so let's unfold that, flatten it out, and then flip our paper back over. And when we're all done, it should open up like this. Now we're ready to draw, but first we're going to put a scratch piece of paper underneath our drawing paper to protect our table. It doesn't need to be red. It would just have red so that it matches. We're going to use our markers. And this part, with it all folded up, we'll just see the popcorn and the bucket. So let's start by drawing the bucket. We're going to draw a line that starts, and I'm drawing underneath the fold. I'm going to draw it coming across this way. And then I'm going to add some little popcorn coming over the edge. So a little bumpy line. And then we'll come back or draw more over to the right. Yeah, and then let's draw the lip of the bucket. So we're going to draw two short lines down, and then we'll draw it connecting. So we can draw over and connect to the other side. Then let's draw a diagonal line coming down. I'm going to stop before I get to the edge of the paper. We'll leave a little space. Yeah. There's our bucket. Now let's draw the popcorn, and we're going to draw bumpy lines. I'm going to add maybe some kernels too. I'm going to draw bumpy lines. Some are big and some small, and mix it up. And I'm going to add a little popcorn piece right here, and then draw more bumpy lines into the side. And I'm going to turn this little piece, I'm going to turn this thing into a little piece of popcorn. And then also maybe another little one inside. Yeah, and we could just leave it like this. Oh, I like that. Okay, now let's open up our paper and we can flatten it out. With it open, we have the popcorn up here and the bucket down here. Let's add or complete the top popcorn. So I'm going to add a little piece here. I'm going to also complete this piece. Yeah. And then let's draw underneath the fold. We're going to draw popcorn lines going this way. And I'm going to draw them coming out over here on this side too. There's the top of our popcorn. It's exploding off the bucket. Then down here, let's add just a little. We're not going to add the same amount of popcorn. We're just going to add little bumpy lines that come over. Oh, this little piece right here I'm going to complete too. But we're going to add those little bumpy popcorn line all the way across, but close to the bucket. Now we're ready to draw Stitch. Let's draw a circle for his head first. I'm going to start just above this middle fold, and I'm going to draw a big circle or oval shape. Yes. Good job. Then let's draw the nose. We're going to draw it right in the middle of the first circle. We can just draw another circle, even though it's kind of a different shape, but I think this keeps it nice and simple. We could also add little nostril lines too. Then let's draw the mouth next. We'll draw a short little line. And then we're going to draw over here on the side, let's draw a guide point and a guide point over here, really close to the edge. And then we're going to draw a curve that comes down like this, and then we're going to curve into the cheek. And then we'll do the same thing over here, curve down and then back up into that guide point. Yeah, and then let's draw the bottom of Stitch's mouth. We'll go right next to the bottom of the circle. And then let's add a letter W for his two small teeth in the front. And then he has a bigger tooth right next to this one. We're going to draw a small diagonal line and then a big, so it kind of turns into a big letter V. And then we're going to add a couple more teeth, or let's just add one more tooth. And then we'll add more teeth like that, where it's just curves. Yeah, then let's repeat that same over here. So we'll draw another letter V and then a curve next to it. Yeah. Okay, now let's add the teeth on the bottom. Let's add two upside down letter V's, but I'm going to leave more space in between it. And then we're going to draw more upside down letter V's coming over, and we can stop there, and a couple others on the other side. I really like Stitch's mouth with all these teeth. He looks really dangerous even though he's smiling.
Yeah, Stitch is so cute.
Yeah, and he is dangerous. Let's draw little two bumpy lines inside for his tongue. Yes. Okay, now let's draw his eyes. And we're going to draw a big circle on the left and a big circle on the right. Then let's draw a smaller circle. I'm going to draw this one in the top right, and over here we'll draw it in the top left. So it looks cross-eyed. And then we're going to color in the big circle, but leave that little circle or the highlight. We're going to leave that white. To make him look more like Stitch's eyes, we'll start here on the inside, and we're going to draw a little point down here so it turns his eye into a raindrop shape, a sideways raindrop shape. And then we'll do the same thing over here. Add a point just in the corner, and then you can color it in. Yeah, now it looks more like Stitch. Then we can also draw his eyebrows. We'll just draw a little curve starting on the outside of his head and then coming in. And we can also add little wrinkles over his nose. And oh, let's also draw little spiky hair on the top. What's he missing?
Ears.
Yeah, his big ears. We're going to start here on the side of his head, and we'll draw a diagonal line coming up. We can do the same to match on the other side. Then we're going to curve. We'll start here. We're going to curve around, and we'll stop there. Then add a little notch in his ear, and then we're going to continue drawing his ear and getting close. Looks like a raindrop shape. Yeah, that looks awesome. Then we'll do the same thing over here. We'll draw the top of his ear. We'll curve around, but we'll come down further and then draw this little notch and then continue into his head. Now let's come back over to his ear, and we're going to draw a curve coming in on the top and then also on the bottom to match. And then we can repeat that same step over on the right side. Now let's draw his arms and his body. We're going to start here and we'll draw it curving out. We'll keep it really simple and we'll come back in. Instead of drawing all of his little fingers, we're going to just draw this big sideways letter U. And then we can curve around for his armpits and then connect into the bucket. Then let's draw his claws. I'm going to color it in. So there's his thumb, and then we can draw 3 more little claws for his other fingers. And then we'll do the same over here. Then we can also add a little zigzag for the fur on his chest. We did it! We finished drawing Stitch, and it looks really cool, except we still need to
color it.
Yes, this part will fast forward, but at the end you can pause the video to match our same color. Teryn, we did it. We finished drawing and coloring our Stitch in the popcorn bucket. And it looks really cool all colored in, but we need to show our friends inside.
Okay.
All right, count of three. One,
One,
two,
two,
three.
three.
I can't sound like Stitch. I tried. You can pause the video right now to match our same coloring. We used a medium blue for Stitch, but then a lighter blue for his belly and also around his eyes.
And we also added more popcorn.
Yeah, I think that really helps. But you guys can add more things like popcorn or maybe candy or something else that's exploding. But when you add those extra things, you want to make sure they're below this top fold and above the bottom fold. That way when it's folded like this, it's all hidden.
We hope you had fun drawing your Stitch.
We do. We hope you had a lot of fun, and we hope you take extra time to color your drawings and add more things to the inside. And we'll see you later, our friends. Goodbye.